Hey, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about the Redmi Buds 4 Pro, which are the latest set of earphones that have come into this studio and kind of blown me away. In the box you get your earphones, you have larger and smaller ear tips, a tiny, really short cable, and that's all. Here's the earphones, and I gotta say they look pretty slick. Right, so moving on to the active noise cancellation. There are two modes where you can select whether you want to manually control your ANC or you want it to just automatically go adaptive ANC. So when it comes to the regular ANC, it's pretty good. It can shut out a lot of background noise and stop it from seeping into your music, and can give you more attention and focus to the music you are enjoying. But when it comes to the adaptive ANC, I am so sorry, Xiaomi, but your three ANC modes, light, balanced, and deep, sound exactly the same. That's kind of it. It sounds exactly the same kind of effects, the same 43 decibels of cancelled noise as according to Xiaomi's website. Now, transparency mode is an interesting thing because ever since the idea of it was introduced on AirPods Pro, I don't think a single company has come out and given that same kind of experience. Even with this, on AirPods Pro it is comfortable to speak with transparency mode, but on the Redmi Buds 4 Pro, you'll find that your voice is very muffled and you can hear a lot of the backward flow, so it's very vibrationy. But other than that, the transparency mode is pretty good, but of course not to the level of Apple's AirPods. When it comes to controls, it's very basic in terms of controls. Double tap to start playing music, triple tap to skip tracks, and long press to switch noise cancelling modes. So basically you can switch from noise cancelling to transparency mode. Now you can customize these controls in the app, which is the Xiaomi Earbuds app. You can control your ANC levels, you can change your transparency mode, which is between normal and vocal boost, which will actually boost the midtones and vocals of the people around you. You can customize gestures to have double tap do a different thing, or long press to activate Siri or Google Assistant. In the app, you can also enable the 360 immersive sound, which is basically the equivalent of spatial audio. It is quite interesting, but I found that when I'm watching some YouTube videos, it gets a bit robotic sounding. But other than that, when listening to music, it is definitely a really good feature to use because it feels as though you're in the middle of an entire performance. You can also change the equalizer settings with enhanced bass, enhanced treble, balanced, and enhanced voice, which are quite self-explanatory. There's also a button that gives you the option to make the earbuds make a sound to, in a sense, identify where you dropped your earphones. And finally, of course, you can update your firmware in the app. Right, let's move on with the design. If you have the white colorway, it is a glossy white plastic with a silver outside. This may look like a metal strip, but it is simply painted plastic. This entire area here is a touch control. However, it does not come with swipe controls to change the volume. When it comes to the case, it is relatively compact and opens up in a bubble shape, and there's a pairing button on the bottom and minimal light grey Redmi branding on the back of the case. The case has very minimal play in terms of on the lid, and the magnets are very strong, so you don't have to worry about your earbuds scattering all across the floor when you drop them. Now, in terms of battery, Xiaomi has touted their earphones to have 9 hours of battery without ANC on, and about 4 to 5 hours with ANC off. I've tested it, and yes, it does live up to the claims, and I found that sometimes with ANC off, I have gotten it to hit 9.5 hours, which is actually quite good. And also, with ANC on, I got about 4 hours, so it's still within Xiaomi's claims and not anywhere too far below it. So at this point, you're probably deciding, oh, should I buy this? Would it be a good investment? I would say hold off on it for now, unless you need it within the next year or so, because if we wait for the Redmi Buds 5 Pro, there's a higher chance of great improvements. If you see the trend with the 3 Pro, 4 Pro, it is upwards, and I expect the 5 Pro to have even better performance. But of course, we don't know that for sure, and if you're itching for some ANC earbuds, consider these. They're a really good option with a nice clean design.